Up now we aid, even for clear them Kinskanga.
Those 550 plus lawyers voted on a resolution that I be the electoral commissioner for the bar because, of course, they believe in me.
So important for work on the issue today, for let the public understand.
3 values where this country stand for. 1, with cultural values. 2, with spiritual values. And 3, with moral values.
Nothing where they don't write, nothing where they don't put on internet, nothing AI they give you.
Now that's make we dey bring come to you the Today Show. We get segments where they range from interview on the big issues there.
We are very much optimistic, say, through the ballot, we are going to clinch the 2028 elections. Okay. Not by rigging.
Because you know when they rig elections, now during the entire for determining the system of government on want, for determining electoral laws, for do boundary delimitation.
Get ready for the roller coaster ride. So we day-to-day story them as we dive deep into the heart of the matter.
This waka fine bus will be carried. If we get a proper transportation system, we'll be able to congest free talk.
The leaders that we have is a reflection of us, the people.
The Today Show Breakfast, only on Sleep Television, Channel 37. Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Every second that the society they make headline and they issue them, Kintinap now we aid, even for clear them Kinskanga.
Those 550 plus lawyers voted on a resolution that I be the electoral commissioner for the bar because, of course, they believe in me.
So important for work on the issue today, for let the public understand.
3 values where this country stand for. 1, with cultural values. 2, with spiritual values. And 3, with moral values.
Nothing where they don't write, nothing where they don't put on internet, nothing AI they give you.
Now that's make we dey bring come to you the Today Show. We get segments where they range from interview on the big issues there.
We are very much optimistic, say, through the ballot, we are going to clinch the 2028 elections. Okay. Not by rigging.
Because you know when they rig elections, now during the entire for determining the system of government on want, for determining electoral laws, for do boundary delimitation.
Get ready for the roller coaster ride. So we day-to-day story them as we dive deep into the heart of the matter.
This waka fine bus will be carried. If we get a proper transportation system, we'll be able to congest free talk.
The leaders that we have is a reflection of us, the people.
The Today Show Breakfast, only on Sleep Television, Channel 37. Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's show after lunch with me, James Kanu. Yesterday at around 10 a.m. in the morning, Sierra Leoneans, as we been commemorate the 2nd year of the attempted coup, being greeted with a sudden event where upon around the presidential guard precinct at the Freetown International Airport, where it was alleged that one Corporal Stephen been fatally shot in bus over some small disputes where they beget. And in boss when a staff sergeant Brahma Kaba been get for loss in life in this incident. But in all of this, it is alleged that the incident happened when the vice president been travel and he been get for left some little amount with the officers them, at least for boost their morale. But this, as it is alleged, the money not be able to reach to some of the officers. And this be aggrieved Corporal Stevens. We been lead them to some outburst and he been get for fatally shot in boss. This issue, they boil around the safety of the officers. They boil around discipline, as the officers them considered for be disciplined, and also they are considered for protect the state. But if this and then small issues that they happen, and then can outburst they lead to the loss of life, it begs the question, whose side then think they are the come out and waiting at the underpinning things them where they make this they happen. For this discussion today, we will be joined by Solomon, we na executive director for Be Found, and he go come and help we forget the conversation around when it comes to the moral of the officers, when it comes to discipline, and when it comes to other underpinning things them, we go lead to such kind fatal incidents. But before that, let we take we quote for today. We quote for today reads, it says, when those entrusted with order find themselves in conflict, it changes the very foundation of trust and responsibility expected in any structured institution. It means say way the one day way we entrust for keep the order, they find themselves inside conflict. How they go for keep that trust, that foundation, that very foundation there, for ensuring that the what in the responsibility where they expected from them go be expressed in that within that institution. We go straight into the conversation immediately after we come from this break.
Every second that the society they make headline and they issue them, Kintinap now we aid, even for clear them, Kintikanga.
Those 550 plus lawyers voted on a resolution that I be the electoral commissioner for the bar because, of course, they believe in me.
So it's important for work along the issue today, for let the public understand.
3 values where this country stand for. 1, we cultural values. 2, we spiritual values. And 3, we moral values.
Nothing where they don't write, nothing where they don't put on internet, now in AI they give you.
Now that's make we dey bring come to you the Today Show. We get segments where they range from interview on the big issues there.
We are very much optimistic, say, through the ballot, we are going to clinch the 2028 elections. Not by rigging.
Because you know when they rig elections, now during the entire for determine the system of government own want, for determine electoral laws, for do boundary delimitation.
Get ready for the roller coaster ride. It's going to be day-to-day story them as we dive deep into the heart of the matter.
This waka fine bus will be carried. If we get a proper transportation system, we'll be able to congest free talk.
The leaders that we have is a reflection of us, the people.
The Today Show Breakfast, only on Sleep Television, Channel 37. Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Welcome back, viewers. As I say, we've been joined by Mr. Solomon Bendu, winner executive director for Be Found.
Solomon Sundu.
Solomon Sundu. Sorry. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So, with all of this we developed yesterday, what do you think go wrong for let such kind fatal incident happen?
Well, as you do the intro, for talk about discipline and indiscipline, you know, with the RSLAF, I think it's in a command structure where if you follow the military, how they go, then get, you know, the command structure. Military, it starts, let's say, from corporal, then we'll say last corporal, full corporal, sergeant, staff sergeant. You go to sergeant major. You get a regional. It is the RSM. You know, regimental sergeant major. You get lieutenants. You get and first lieutenant, second lieutenant. Then at the one button, two button. Yeah. Then you get three button captain. You go to major. You go to lieutenant colonel. You get full colonel. You know, go up so on and so forth. So for me, you can really say the military always they say you obey and complain. For whatever reasons, you did under command structure. And like issue like this, we will see where it happen within the presidential precincts na the Luge Freetown International Airport. I think saying a concern, just like where you put the where you do the into, if like the one now we you refer to for save lives and property, them begin they wire themselves with guns when we are not in war, and they how it through vengeance with arms. It will get redress mechanism. Let's say, for example, you commander, no matter the grievance, no matter what thing, your commander don't do to you, you get redress mechanism. You get complaint mechanism, structures, like what I outline all the inside in the way you need for channel you complain to. Because as I say, the military then get what they call obey and complain. Even if they eat your ration, yeah? Let's say they eat your ration. Say you commander all your ration, it deprive you from your facilities where you forget, for talk. Now I make we say then say military not even demonstrates or either any police or officer you in another security sector for demonstrate safe. Because the attempt for express your grievance, the other two they remember, then say if this man take gun, what's he go do next? Then we refer to as mutiny. It calls what we call mutiny. So they do that kind of stuff then. No matter the grievance where you get against your boss, you get redress mechanism. Go to a hierarchy. If, for example, what happened yesterday, if you boss na person way a blunt ulop you boss na person way he always they bully you boss na person way they rhyme with him. You can go to complain so that na make way dinner within any military barrack. They will say we get provost marshals, you get the MPs. Military police. You get other people away they for discipline. People like that. Why they say the military police? Where you go there, they take complaint from you. They can't know you go reports na CID. They can't know you go reports na any stations where they will say can we obtain statement from you. Then we obtain statement from you. That's what the military police do. Yeah. When the company they provoke marshals them, then they for instill discipline. And they in charge of any garrison or barrack where they think about, right? So I think say, this young man where he do this havoc, waiting really get into him, na God one know. Or which kind of grievance he go don't keep inside him against him boss. And mark you based on other informations and way me gather, then they talk say not to enforce this for do in junior officers and this. Sometimes something can come out, bra, always sometimes even na pinch give them. For me, I condemn the entire act. Mean say if they do something, if you take gun, you retaliate with firing. Because you boss not to pistol he pull for you for threatening you. You boss not to pistol he pull for you for even saying this. Why you go pull gun now? Because of the grievance we don't nurture over time. So as you ask the question, within this the race, so we the civilians, we not get anything for do with gun, we not get anything for do with nerf, we not get, even if you forget something for do with them, but we under the laws, we not then they save lives and property. But they don't begin do themselves so now. The question beg, waiting really will they go, where are we heading for?
So this is not actually the first incident to happen within the presidential guard of itself. So in 2022, an alleged shooting also be happened where one officer also been shooting colleague because of supply ration. Because they not get a ration, so he shoots a colleague, and this be happening at the presidential lodge. So slowly, is it like there is a pattern within we the like you mentioned about Olop or with the office some of the officers allegedly not they get what they're supposed to get. You think it's something boiling within the military?
Well, as I tell you, say the military or any security sector, they get this thing where they call obey and complain. And as you mentioned, the ration, this nothing that I don't tell you say, even we go within the garrison, or you go to the barrack, we say then you deploy. Although we take, for instance, during the war, why you feel say MPRC become for, hit on the then APC at that time, because then in a war, they need to get what's called ration. They need to get what's called get ammunitions. They need to get what's called, supplies of waiting at them basic need. Although we say even if they give them, but you need to reach to the...
What are supposed to get?
Exactly. So like rationing, nothing where, any soldier man in ration business, for play with them. There comes in the discipline. Where I say, you get redress mechanism. Let's say then all you ration. They not give you ration for today. Perhaps if they want discipline you, then it's okay. Lord put you inside guard room. You can go do so. Then they get you off your ration. But that's safe. Then they make you not eat. Because not to kill, you kill. Then we say, Lord, you have ration. What do you mean by that? Let the people understand. What do you mean ration? Nothing way they delegate to individual, let's say in condor, then keep put on that way the condor, for let people understand. Like where they say lunch, they don't cook, but all man supposed forget in young condor, that ration some man can look like na big. All in companion. Let's say na even bag of rice. For say, okay, now we need to cook. But they go na buy cups, you understand. So man, because in our commander, we big guy, he go all am. But as I say, the military, they go with, too much commanding. And then commanding the way they go with, what they tell you, that structure, that make you see, say, military is one of the most disciplined institutions one day. Anybody we don't go through that. Well, me now, if you're unfortunate, becoming my first thing I for don't do, now for become a cadet officer. Okay. Or because but why make they use all things and I think we, because, all man getting calling. I start to not even measure them for not to me calling. Some of them here, because some of who ask them big by way. So, as I say, you're unfortunate, make I use the opportunity for send condolences to the bereaved family. We big loss, for them. Then to German them, condolences from the command, you understand? Because now one lost than for one of them personnel, no matter how you look at them. One life loss, for me, it matters to us. It's dynamic they talk about them. And if this told me the apple, you say in 2022, it happened, say somebody back shooting in colleague for ration. So let this not be continuity. It happen around the world, but as what they say, waiting lead to that for small money. That money they didn't give you now. Lord say now even $1,000 safe to be Lord put on that way there now. Lord say that money $1,000 safe. Or Lord say now $10,000 safe. But Lord say money we not reach even with Lord say $100. Then give you now where the equivalent now like 2,300 and some leons. What's in that money will do you self as individual? Way for make deprive you colleagues them because them money then they with them people that they give to them kind people and now for morale, for build up the morale and call a moral booster. Then a morality give them. I make you see Minitsky take back Bible now morality it demoralize them. In fact, Minitsky now one of the institutions and they don't respect them command. Then say so the man go pass here. Just call them I command. That respects. That make them not they pan kalu business. Now business for sure. Because then they in the situation who say they not for vex. As I tell you, where soldier man vex, then it's in a mutiny. They vex for that day. So this now unfortunate situation. And well, perhaps they're not going to say they're not going to stop. I mean, for this reason, go say any personality way they go, they're not going to give that kind of morale to in subordinate or in guardsmen. We'll be there a few days, or yesterday was it? When they talk about, the 26th November fail coup, way for me, these are the reasons, grievance, even when way they would think. I make you see, what's happened at Guinea-Bissau? Yeah, but Guinea-Bissau, well, then are elections. Election will become contending. You can see small man them inside the Minitsky. I'm saying, we get mind, then just get up. If we're not able to combat them, we're not able to put them together, then can escalate. Yeah?
Yeah, so, like you say, if we never put them together, the security officers, they work under very high risk, under very high pressure, considering all of what's in the go now within West Africa, like you don't mention,
Guinea-Bissau.
and Guinea-Bissau as recent as yesterday, and the way happened 2 years ago in Salone. What do you think are some of the psychological traumas or psychological stuff, the way then they go through, and how we as Sierra Leoneans going for help, or the military itself, within the military, what's in the structure, where they look after the officers them psychologically?
Well, you talk about psychological trauma. When you talk about psychological trauma, meaning then get something way they into them, where as I tell you say, perhaps they will talk about salaries. Salary no enough for nobody in a salon. We mean one of me area than where they push say, that we push for harmonized salaries. And if you follow the good governance program, we can come out every Sunday, making talk about how we formalize women with security sector, because over the years, though we talk from the war team, we soldier man don't sacrifice a lot for Sierra Leone. We see them go through a lot. Then come, then disband the military. We to make you talk about psychology, are they going to the nitty-gritty for let people understand. That same way soldier man in dynamic, then say soldier, you know for be part of politics. You know for take part in politics. Well, why did they do that kind of thing? They suppress them, anger, because now gun people, right? And we'll talk about democracy, now divorce of gun. With all they say in our security apparatus, we'll say me you too, because now human being, we can flout the law. We need somebody for kind, so we say, no, don't do this way. Yeah? So like, what I say during the war, waiting, don't lead for letting disband the army. There be mistrust among the military at that time. Mistrust. The military don't do not trust themselves, even by hierarchy. So when the war came, you see the Nkari Estate, the former President Pakaba, what he do, he try for refresh, rebrand the military. He structure the military. And from then saying the trust, if the military really work towards that, now that's when they begin to see the military now for become institutions where they talk, it gets a lot of academia stay inside. As like the couple of them one day we be go Nigeria for go train. The one way the British then can train and we don't go do boku training, you understand? That trust they be don't build. Yeah. There you see say just after Pakaba Day 1 year, the AFRC come for interrupt. But even as that again, then can they make sure say after that, Kuskas will be there between the military and the rebel them, we saw them, we even call them Sobel. Not disloyalty, all of that because of mistrust. So if they don't restructure themselves up to this time, we don't see things that don't happen. Although yes, we get attempt, you get few one day way disgruntled. That's again I did the politics kind inside. Where I tell you say, military person, for linking up politics. And most of the things will happen now with politicians then. How? They take advantage of which I tell you now, say perhaps they suffer for one thing, we don't say salary. So we see say soldier man them. In those days instead of one bag rest. Soldier man in rest business, they play with them. And the facility not enough. Even the housing, a measure housing, housing facility. Now make you see they build bike for them. When they're in a barrack, as I talk so, all one way in a barrack, water, for me, not free.
Yeah.
I can call them. You talk about light. For me, they enjoy the benefits and they get their own hospital. The reason being enough for let them able for control the anger. Because you cannot satisfy the human being 100%. But then basic social amenities were there for them. Housing facility, as I mentioned. Then buoyant salary, way for make themselves feel like they're now human beings. But as I tell you over the years, really the government don't try for build up the military. In other words, waiting like me can advocate for. Let we make them so strong because we are a sovereign state. We talk about the business also. What of law say we get external aggression that puts on that with it. External aggression means law say like neighbor the way they come for car offend we.
And that's the primary responsibility of the military.
Exactly, to save
for
lives.
safeguarding from external aggression.
Exactly. So law say anything and they happen, we soldier man them. You get forget them the moral because now then life they sacrifice. For let somebody go die, as I mentioned in the war. You know how many soldier man they were lost? Even this failed November 26 coup. Nearly 18 of them. Look at the police and who lost. Yeah. So for me, I think say, then get for really confine themselves because not so like where the country all over the world, we will say America they pay them your security apparatus because they get the structure, they get the money. You will say England they do so. You will say other European nations then they do so. But for the Ine coup, who say minutes can inside? They quite talk about external aggressions. Or we get internal wranglings where sometimes governments perhaps not able for take control over that kind of situation and they first bring stability. Minutes can enter inside. Let me mention Guinea-Bissau. What happened yesterday? What happened there now based on elections and what happened inside there now. Minutes can now can inside. You know what's in? If we now get the foresight, let we put an old force to which one are deeper. Let we come first, let we sanitize. You don't see the power we didn't get. And that don't mean say them for hold on to power. That don't mean say where you can now for let you can sit down. But because you see say you citizen they, obey, meaning then they in aggression to themselves, you get for stabilize the situation. So then get a lot of things. And if you say we talk about facilities where they talk about psychological effects. Like what we mentioned the war, you see some soldier man, then they bullet them, not say get a stray bullet. Then get that facility for them go pull that bullet. That trauma they inside. Well, I get case in point so that people can go understand. We get the amputees and now within our streets. Most of them, they amputate them during the war. Most of them now fragments, like we say RPG fragments or then big, guns. Then get them structured in it. Perhaps then say they can depend and they have the one. You go see so now we fed the war. 30 days and get them kind stuff there because we need to get one kind thing where somebody will say now because of the gunpowder we they give them for let them at the one for let them they get because now people the way they deal with them kind gun business. Yeah. So I think when you talk about psychological torture or trauma, this can be then stuff then they one would they think say me picking the under it don't get better facility. Now we only talk about education. Whether it's the way no one let you picking, if you not get education, whether the way no one let picking reach that high esteem like we President Bio you picking the.
So mention all the amenities we don't talk about. Talk about the one they in a barracks, they enjoy water, when are free and light and other amenities then what they enjoy. You think like the institution of itself forgets psychosocial counseling for officers because we know say normally like you talk military na place where na obey and complain later. But don't you think that we as part of reforms within the security sector, you don't think say soldiers them and police and the whole security sector itself need counseling because of some of them then traumas there where them don't go through, some of the officers they don't go through, and still some they go through then trauma they awaited experience from the immediate boss there. We don't lead to the loss of life.
I think Sarah, very good points you make about psychosocial counseling, where I think the minutes in a big institution, they know of all this. Now make you see them so disciplined in such a way, even you ain't one of them, where you go above your rules, where you're not supposed to do them. Like for example, you soldier man, you ever see soldier man just you pull trigger for just the shoot normal at random? You can't do that. You go with command. But if you do so, they for don't pay you better one. And as I say, the military gets their own discipline and then gets everything. Military in one institution and the way we talk about professionals. As I tell you, Sierra Leone, with military, or all over around the world, Lord put on this way. Now a big institution that one day, we get professionals in there. By rights, then we wrote the word they talk about so. Military get the best engineer. By rights, we'll talk about doctors. We forgo like another case in point that during the Ebola period, Other than come inside, not to
It's the
military.
military, yeah.
And the best doctor them, like me, my own brother, when now na Colonel, Brewer, when I hear name at that time, they be able for camp inside for sandwich the situation. The tower, you understand? The military, we talk about construction. Military get the best. We camp a bridge for make bridge. Now make you see the military, if they follow the international, war, we then can go pan. Then for me, let's say for me to go across bridge, not the military they make bridge for themselves. For them, let them strive for let them go for gile if not for go secure lives them over that water. How they go do it? You understand? Now make you get a marine department. Then a water no more than able for do the way. You get as a professional institution, eh? So like we talk about the psychosocial counseling, I'm sure because they know say them people are vulnerable, I use the word vulnerability there among them. So we can just grab, let's say, not if not even mention say housing facility, don't even talk about salaries, but not talk about say for example, one go day perhaps it don't day now one excluded area. We don't dey for quite too long. If they get that trauma there now, you go see them until they grab. I want to see me wife. I want to see me picking them. I want to see me this. It will grab no more. It go crazy. But you go see they put it under control. I'm sure they get psychosocial departments. But wait till we talk now. If it did it, make them make sure say them make it all over, and make them make sure say if that department we don't die, make them waking them back. Sure. Because like we brain cancer, are very important thing, Andy.
Because now they see people they become traumatized. Let's just like you mentioned, issue of people can get homesick. They can miss their family. They can miss certain aspects of life where they affect them mentally. So it is but fitting, I think, let them able for the cancel some of these officers there. But also, this also happened. It is allegedly that the warrant officer Kabawe lost in life the sum of $100, and that's like you mentioned is around 2,300. I don't know. We don't know what happened. We don't know what transpired. Whether he communicated to the other officers or not, but also it got to do with communication and accountability, because it's key. What do you think? Maybe something that's good happen with that communication not take place and in colleague then go to area, or maybe they don't see, then they waited and nothing happened.
Well, as you mentioned about counseling, as we talk about psychosocial departments, now that kind of thing they go for counseling. They also don't talk about you don't talk about communication and accountability in a way you don't talk about. Now this I tell you say, military then command is so strong. But again, this nine are the issues of we the individual. Love put yourself there now. We say honesty there. And are you the command young man them, or let's say you get one whole battalion. You get one whole battalion under you. What you get for do as a commander? In the first place, for let you become perfect and powerful as commander, you don't know what them. Now you junior officers. The one way they under you. Now then they give you the morale. The one way they under you. Let's say for example, you're a commander. You pass command. Say shoot. Nobody knows shoot. The enemy go gets you. So for me, communication, as you mentioned, is key. Let's say the money we I beg your pardon. The money we give you now is small. But we see for do communicate them. Yeah? So your colleagues and say, well, they don't give we X, Y, Z amount. How we for come and Sheban? But let not be you habit for all up. We don't talk about rations. Wait this, boku I mention all languages before you bring candies. So man just good for all up. Even ration, what do you talk about? So man just in company supply, it do all am. Why? Now because you're not contempt. And the military, where they go inside are contempt. How many times you say, where they go to the military, now sacrifice. The auto way they take, not to follow you go see billions. If, for example, you're in war, you go see dollars scatter. If they left that dollar first, you go save the lives. Where important, you understand, because that's one of your main mantra for save lives. Property you can sell later. But if you're able to save the lives, the property left, it doesn't matter. Once the life don't save, Yeah? You able to do the two? Yes, that are the professionalism, that's what they talk about. So I want to agree with you. Miscommunication take place. And accountability as well, we not there. Because who say you're accountable to your subordinate? Now respect go there. Yeah. Then who say you communicate to your subordinate? I don't think say them go there in itself for even. They say that bra. Once they don't get answer, they must communicate. That bra. Once they don't get answer, it must accountable to it. You're correct. So I think say all of these, the commanders are now therefore begin look into them and if it is not factor into their discipline, let them factor. My recommendation how they make. Let them factor them. Or if he did it set, but then since they don't they die out, make them try for boost them up back. As the military always can say, boost the morale of the officers. Let them begin do them kind of stuff then. Because a lot of things as I don't say, a lot of trauma they into the work. One go grab na money, one for seeing picking. They pull na kwendu yanda, don't they na bush for how many days? The day we will grab, say one for seeing family. Pass them for counsel and say, hey guy, we are here for a purpose. Please let us be patient. This not the role of them commanding in the way they. And for let you the commander will get name. Where you say commander powerful, must not say not only for let you get mind, but how you work with you subordinates them. Then they all embedded. So you mentioned 2022. Waiting be happen for ration. Now this don't happen again. Go say for money. Now the same thing.
It's just around the same.
Exactly.
Same thing,
so then commanders the way they within then Nimbat or battalion within they call them or any sect within they let them make sure say them subordinate them be well pleased. Even though if you know enough, you mentioned communication. Communicate the issues. Even though if you're not there, communicate with them. They're gonna say, we boss not get to. So outside is the commode. Now, like what I mentioned, the MPRC. Then commanders will be there, where they give them supply. Then they only supply, then they go, the one waiting at the battlefront, then they get it. I make you see them be grabbed. Yeah. So all of this, we for don't learn now as a country, and as much as we don't choose the path of democracy, and it don't mean so they say we don't want military rule, you understand? That segment, in fact, as we talk about, the feed Sierra Leone. Why will not even begin make now for encouraging people and that they go and kill and say $400? Go put them into agricultural sector. Let them minute every month. They say they give them 1 bag rest. The police they say they give them 1 bag rest. Now, if we not get war, we not depend war. Why then tin and they not go make them go involve themselves into farming? Because me no save them. In fact, if they give them Minitsky for let them produce stress, the Minitsky produce stress for Sierra Leone. We sell to other countries. That can be the priority.
That's a very good one. So it boils around also the issue of politicizing some of these things. In the sense that, like you don't mention, the army itself can get an agricultural wing, wherein some of these officers, the way they are assigned to political figures, go be used and direct and redirect that energy into the agricultural sector. We go boost the morale of the officers there. But all of what happens, so just like yesterday, we would not get the conversation around the failed coup. Sierra Leoneans go become worried that these things, they happen. Even though they happen every other day. But it keeps happening, which means there is an underlining something with the show. And you mentioned, say these are some of the factors them will be lead to the 11-year civil war. How Sierra Leoneans them go build trust in all of this situation?
Well, me want put on this way say, as you mentioned the political, undertone, I want for like Usaya be say like one of the things with the commander be the talk that if you want to become a politician, pull your uniform, you understand? You go join. If you want to represent you people in your district, because now a PR system, we get. You can go, you say, I want to contest for councillorship, or I want to contest for this mayor position, if you are fit or qualify for the position. If you want for be representation like honorable member, or I want to join the bagwagon, meaning I want to be in the political limelight, whether you want for turn PRO or secretary, pull your uniform. Now that's exactly the commander be tell them yesterday. You understand? For say, we diverge of politics and we roll not the day so. You understand? So for me, and soldier man, or what they talk about, they talk yesterday the causes. In those days, those didn't ready for train people, they go by region. some, one of the contributors or callers they talk about, say, then they choose either by 50 by district, 50 by region, or whatever. But when they screen them people and they because the integrity area that one day. Now area that the way if anybody would have don't get gone, not for trust them, mistrust not for they. But as you say, the political undertone over the years, now that's what don't they see. People indeed they don't work. Now make what they say. Let the politicians be very, very be careful. Because if you feel aggrieved as a politician, you want to use soldier man, you will not enjoy the democracy we are enjoying. You will not. Because now when we get democracy, we'll talk about elections. Not so. Now we get democracy, we'll talk about honorable members. Not so. Now we'll talk about elections, we'll talk about, positioning, about all the way they go and say we are opposition. In the military, you don't have opposition though. In fact, you as opposition, then we'll put you under gunpoint.
The reality is to the Assembly.
So that's what you see. So we don't want for subject yourself under that kind of thing. I was in Parliament yesterday. They discussed the 2026 Finance Act, where they ratify and even pass. Tomorrow the debates go there on a Parliament for men give final approval. Yeah, if not a democracy, then parliamentarians forget that censure. They forgo sit down and discuss. Now the Supreme Council will give us because the ministry then get the Supreme Council or they get the executive like what they talk about Burkina Faso. Tarawali, what are the consult? Today, if you say today I want for broke all the hosts then il cut I want for do so thing there. They grab one money, they just tell you say party come out. What you go do? You go get in a say, yeah. So let we encourage democracy, and they encourage the politicians. Let them left for the because over the years all we two don't they see failed coup, attempted coup. Now politicians either me na one politicians. But I didn't party why I they feel aggrieved of what they happen. But you know one of me brother or picking where I don't spend per money, I don't put you don't go to the military. So I can go inside you know what's in? Well, I don't know will cause havoc and disrupt the peace.
So
then on that tone, for make a learn on that, yes, the political undertone, now make they encourage politicians. If total democracy will not sit in the parliament and discuss national issue. It's not a democracy. We civil society is want to invite journalists. We are all, under the tight lock. You cannot express your freedom. So let us embrace democracy. I'm saying this to the politicians who are there, fanning fire. These are the example. If Soja Man can turn pine company, what of you now we want to pull people and for go demonstrate?
Exactly.
You see, these are the area I'm coming from. What of you now we want to say, hey, Lord, go fet. These are the examples.
It becomes worrisome. So, with regards to all of the politicization of some of these institutions, now we don't see before now the process for going to the military very rigorous, very difficult. But now it's becoming a bit worrisome that now by quotation now we go into the military probably by district block or the power one chief. Before now it was the same thing, but now of course you get certain recommendations from certain places before you go into the military. You don't think possibilities some things around recruitment and recruiting the right officers, recruiting the right people also can lead to some of them there. Some people are going into the thing there with different mindset, different orientation, not for safeguard lives and property, not for safeguard from external aggression, but with different mindset because of politicization, as we don't mention. The recruitment process of itself.
Well, I mentioned, yesterday in my presentation and even Wakam, the recruitment process, like our first thing every day, if the one for recruits, then people and then set of people that we mentioned, the military or police, perhaps they go to the region, or let's say district, chiefdom. Like when you talk about paramount chiefs. But this is not the area where they talk about now politicization on kind side. They don't politicize the whole thing because our interest now.
Yeah.
Whom is going to seek my interest? And that is where the whole thing come in. Let's take for example. Now they see a lot of wait to make if it, as I say they mention if they follow the good governance. Me now one person we don't write say even the political marshals we don't need them. We get with national security, we get the national, armed forces. We not in there for save lives and proper. Why political marshals? And for create confusions for me. You can get political loyalty, political, man can come around, but they should be armless. They should be armless. But you call political marshals or political army, it's not correct in any democratic form. Now, the recruitment where you talk about, let me go back to the same norm, that old system. Who say you want to recruit now, let's say you go now bonds, you want to recruit people in a bonds, go through the right process. Whether na team demand in a bonds, but you qualify and you get good training, you see say this na person will fit for this purpose, you recommend them. You go you go Bombali, yeah, you want for recruits. Where you go within the Bombali, meet with the people, ask the characters, how this person they, yeah. They recommend that person. But as I tell you, then political marshals, the way they create, or then one way they say, they die for political party. The moment when political party don't come to power, now then, I will refer to as hooligans. Rally boy them, rally man them. Now they go take now, just for cancel them political command, and immediately they go kill. Now make it they see the African politics way bad. This is not general, thing where they happen within Africa. They use toggery. Then thugs and you can't take them after toggery. You put them
into the regular military or the regular police.
What you do? I make you see now, most of the things they see around, whether they inside. Parce you say don't catch that person with kush. Yeah. Now this time they do one. Now like you mass, as I say always, I can give this as the adents go. We then drop middle na the needle for them. Then you mass out they look for. You mass the needle. Say you don't mass, but we all look for. So now like waiting they happen now. The criminals where they will think that they now they can do them bad thing then just because of them political lineage or political connections.
They want for please them political godfathers.
Thank you. So we have to avoid all of this as a nation. We don't go back. We don't see exactly what it on lead. From them mistake they don't do. Yeah, let's say from the 70s, the 80s, up till now to the 90s. I think so we don't get into this century. We for begin change the dynamics. After the war, a lot of things in the way we don't learn. Yeah? When we talk about institutionalizing, when we talk about politicizing institution, now me can say always. Me can always say Obama, when campaign the civil society, say go Irish, me and me mentor that one day. Because in what same way they put out, Mark you the say we can Ghana, what's it all? In Africa, we don't need giants men. We're making add me into one. We don't need elephants men. We don't need lion men. But what we need is stronger institution. In just say we don't need giants men. But me at the Adam Fraser, we don't need lion men. We don't need elephants men. All we need, the institutions time for be strong and independent.
So speaking of stronger institution, and the military in one institution, we always think for be one of the strongest in the nation. So there's a department within the military where they call DPKO, Department of Peacekeeping. Mm-hmm. And within that department, it's expected that therefore the trained officers when it comes to conflict and conflict management. Because one goal of the military is also not to for just fight war, but for also able for keep peace, able for ensure say they manage peace. And Sierra Leone they participate in peacekeeping operations. Most of the places in Africa. What do you think internally for be done for military officers able for manage conflict at that small level, that macro level?
Well, you don't already state them. Like for the military, say they get the peacekeeping department, and we Sierra Leone they take part in peacekeeping. We don't go excel. I didn't continue. The reason we don't get background of war. If history they teach we, Sierra Leone help other nations them for restore constitutional order, right? And as we talk about the military, when things get bad, and then they for restore constitutional order, right? And this peace, and conflict departments, that's why they put them in them, what they don't do over the years, they don't succeed in them. I think say, then, department and they need for revitalize if they don't die. It's very intriguing because we take part in peace. And this now one of the areas for resolute conflict. As I tell you just now, the military role now for restore constitution and other where them feel say things don't go bad, things don't go wrong. Where we as civilians who don't talk about democracy, but not even for maintain the democracy, not the area and the way we can invite them inside. But also professionalism kind inside. Yeah, they should be professional. Always to me they say, I think so that thing they therefore is stealing them back. That memory of professionalism, that the military, you get a whole role for play in, restoring peace and stability in the nation. And also, one of the things we, as we talk, because with the profile solutions, yeah, I think say in conflict management, these are the issues. In Sierra Leone now, we don't have war. We are not in war. But let we begin teach them with people there. That's you aggravation. We don't aggravate. We don't become aggravated. In every situation, learn how to manage. As you mentioned, that department, I think these are all the teachings, if we don't the laws, and the minister in a big size, they get imam.
Sure.
Then get even
chaplain.
Chaplain, thank you. You see, that one big side of one day. So what's in back with the fan? The chaplain in the recent last week, I talked about religion and morality. Are they separable or inseparable? Meaning, what do the society in Sierra Leone? We got religious moral guarantors them. We see a lot of bad things they go. Even we dress code, we picking and except now we see. To school taking or whatever. Now because of the home. Let's tell you, somebody be we sit down Aberdeen, because me are part of the Aberdeen Beach family, where they talk about issues for let people and come off from Kush. We even the Rastafarians, if you follow me, waiting, they say, why not legalize cannabis sativa? Because Putloko, they call them Putloko 5-5. If tin and the way other countries they don't they give license for like Morocco or even the United States or other side, they don't take and say this thing that's where they yield, yeah, for certain purpose. Why we not go make like what they talk about the feed Sierra Leone? I don't talk about the military. We're outside. We then get them department and they. But we concentrate now for like we go into massive or productions what they talk about, right? By doing what? One mentioned that about the Beach family. I talk to the boy, the young guy. We left this thing. Go left this, let you think about something. You don't go college. First year. You don't drop. Why? For Kush. You don't forget about the future. Where you don't sit down, after I don't bring up. It's about, everybody get your lifestyle. What you talk at the end of the day? As in ways to me, if you smoke cigarette near me, I feel bad. I throw out because I don't want them. Then he say, boy, they drink stout. The moment you see young people don't begin, you see them comparison, they say me they drink stout. So if you say go smoking Kush, so these are the issues what they talk about. Yeah. So the military, I think say we need them moral guarantors, as I tell you about religion and moral. We code today in Sierra Leone, even the picking them, then say where they go into. Why? Now immoral act. For go take extra sin, for they become more strong. For go take all that thing. Now yesterday somebody, because in a parliament, the health care people with the pharmaceutical board send people them. That 225 they talk about. Now by the milligram. Now the same tramadol, not to say na different thing. But the one way there for prescription, by right, tramadol there for prescription, but not past 50 milligram.
50 milligram.
The highest, 100. Now for pain, we then do them, or for example, you get them bad accidents or injury, or you get pain. Now for subside that one, that's not by prescription, 50 to 100. Now that one the way they talk about 225, now 225 milligram. Could you imagine? The substance when they talk about, meaning you don't make them so hypothetic for anybody where they talk about. Now when they talk about, students when they get in sessions, yeah, where they say, oh, they don't go poison. Maybe they say not to poison. Now based on the chemist and the way people they mix, you go take tramadol with a 225 milligram, you take more than 50 boss all you put inside one drink. Somebody they able that kind of thing, not to die, not to kill, you don't kill them. Yeah. So now they poison in that one the way we talk about. So as they talk about the religion, the chaplain the way they would think. Then inside and they talk about the police, you talk about the military, let them they teach the moral aspects. You talk about counseling. They take them to counseling. We can't see we economy not strong, but we're not patient. These are all the as we talk about. You talk about, you know, the Department of Peace. In fact, when we talk about, you know, conflict resolutions, the minute they come now in their own area than themselves. We see most of them. I see one the Sierra Leoneans then graduate into one big area where, you know, they celebrate and Britain. Because the area we go study, so Jamayu they be the last person for vex. Ministry person or gunman, if will be the last person for vex. But wait till they see now $100 make you go shoot.
Okay, complete. So,
ration make you go shoot. So now the morals in that now what they call on we moral guarantors, then we'll talk about the chaplains, the people that we they within the sector, and they but then continue for talk to ministry people.
So finally, in just 1 minute, what do you think we for learn? What's the lesson we for learn from this shooting we happened at Lunge?
A lot. I speak through to the commanders. Then habits for up, you subordinate, you know, fine. We don't see them before the war, we lead to the most of the team them, old people in ration. They say they want supply. With this the man they want fit, but they need to get supply on time. People they don't know what they sit down, then for take and perhaps then say if they go sell at the other side. This nothing that we know good. You talk about waiting for the rationing. Where you know say that soldier man there on the field of battle. Give the requisite support we need. That make me say, Lord, even get jets. You know how they say, Lord, get jets? Because the whole country, they will not get jets. The whole saloon. I don't know if you know the jets will be get, one of the best jet fighters will be get, be King. But in back due to the AFRC business, then they don't go. So then gunboats, what they talk about, then military helicopter, then say they all we need for getter. For make we guys they know say yes, this way push camp and shop. We say strong for take the defense. Yeah, look what happened this November 26th. Not to the armory don't go broke. Now because proper security. For less we sit down now for say we not get CCTV way go they look at areas for improve past this now. Yeah, these are all my advice. In as much as we push for let them give them strong support. But then self at the command, that command chain, let them know the, you know, disenfranchise and subordinate them because now then they right up there. And not say the military, then will tell you, say, where you don't reach, you will enjoy. But this is not the 21st century. Nobody wants for day na a job where you know one forget benefits. Not to let Tradeo. If I want to tell you now, the Sojamango Day, you want to see him become the best lawyer. Sojamango Day, you want to see him become the best accountant. So Jamango Day, you want to make him become the best procurement officer. Yeah? So let we give them the requisite support. Now make what we talk about, you know, we put the wata the free quality education. For me, we no need for wata. Let we make sure so we put pressure, panting the way the government for do, like then excessive charges. Because now you get if soldier man picking they go na free school, you get you know worry about all that. You get housing facility as a measure, you get good medical facility. I think say we go overcome that, but the one way they now no able get them, the one way the commander them, then left for ulop, then subordinate them. That's not my advice. So now they get repetition of this because. If you they work in tangents with the one the way they with you, they bring on conflicts of interest. Okay. Not fine for society.
I want to thank you very much for your spare time for join and bring your idea into this conversation.
Thank you.
All right. Viewers, I want to say thank you. That not be Mr. Sondu. We've been joining at the studio for shed light on the incident we happened yesterday na Lunge with the presidential garden. We one officer when a corporal be fatally shoot another when in superior, and this be left in superior injured and he died on the spot. We go follow up on that story, and until such that time, I want to say thanks to the production team. We bring this wonderful show to you this afternoon, and until tomorrow, me and James Kanu. Have a good evening.
Happy birthday today, Reverend Joseph Kaita Himalaya. On this special day, we celebrate not only your life, but the grace, wisdom, and strength God continues to pour into you. Your dedication to the youth, your passion for service, and your commitment to working in God's purpose inspire all who have been privileged of knowing you. May the Lord enlarge your territory, refresh your spirit, and grant you divine favor in all that you do. As you step into a new year, may His light go before you, His peace surround you, and His joy overflow within you. Thank you for being a shining example of leadership, compassion, and faith. We are blessed to have you in our lives. Wishing you a year of abundant blessings, renewed strength, and unending grace. Happy birthday, Reverend Joseph, from the entire Reginald and the Reginald Youth Ministry.
Every second that the society they make headline and they issue them, Kintinap now we aid, even for clear them, Kintikanga.
Those 550 plus lawyers voted on a resolution that I be the electoral commissioner for the bar. Because of course, they believe in me.
So important for broke down the issue today, for let the public understand.
3 values that this country stand for. 1, we cultural values. 2, we spiritual values. And 3,